So I was at Home Depot today, and I'm going down the aisle, and I noticed that they had this really nice toolkit here, tool organizer kit from Husky. And as much as I hate Home Depot, they sure do carry some nice stuff from time to time. This box set me back right about $30, which really isn't too bad considering the size and what you can do with it. I can't fully close it yet because I threw a bunch of stuff in there. But I made this into my communication box that will go into my car. My old communication box was that. So you can kind of have an idea of how much I can fit in this big box opposed to this small one. And yeah, you know, I'm not looking to walk miles with this. You know, I can easily take out my ham radio, my two-way radios, and things like that, and I'll be just fine. But I wanted to find something that was just a little bit more, had a little bit more organization. And considering that the box that I just showed you was right around $20 on Amazon, this really is a pretty good steal. So let me break it down for you. This is just my little inventory kit here. I got to print it up, laminate it, put some frequencies on it for the ham radio. So I have all these tool bits here. This is for my in-laws for Christmas. A bunch of screwdrivers, some T9, T8s, and T7 bits right there. I don't know if you can pick up on them. Nope. Pair of wire cutters, needle nose pliers, and all that jazz. Marker, just in case you need to label some stuff. This came with an awesome organizer. So what I did was I shoved all my batteries in. So I've got all my AA's, all my AAA's, and my recharging port. So I have 4 AA's, 6 AAA's, and 1 9-volt. The 9-volt I really don't use, but back when I was in Boy Scouts, we used to start fires with 9-volt batteries, and you can easily just take a piece of metal and bridge that and make a nice little spark. So why not throw it in there? Only bad part is my recharger that I had took a dump, so I need to find an all-in-one battery charger. My old comms box did not have my emergency radio in it, so I was able to fit the emergency radio into here. And this is a nice radio. It has the weather alerts, 2 different shortwave bands, and of course FM and AM. It has an internal battery. It has an external, but you can put AA's in there. And it also has a crankshaft, and it also has a solar panel on the back for you to charge. And there's a light and all that wonderful jazz. And then here I've got, now this I didn't have in the old kit too, so electrical tape. You can never go wrong with electrical tape, especially if it's going to be in an electronics box. Charging station for my ham radio, which I wasn't able to fit in the old box. I was pretty much reliant on the battery charge that I had on there at the time, which kind of stunk. 2 two-way FRS radios. This is a this is kind of like a lantern. It has a hook on it. You get them at Harbor Freight. But I think there's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 24 LEDs in there. It's pretty dang bright when it's dark. But there's a flashlight at the end. And then there's also, there's also this for a lantern. Now underneath here, I'm not going to pull it out because this took me a little bit to organize. But I have my CB radio in here that I originally bought my wife. But I just have a feeling that it's not going to be used. So I'm using it now because it's smaller. She still has one. It's just my old one. Now I was debating on the battery, and because I wanted to do this as inexpensive as I could, I got this nice solid state battery, 12 volt, for free. So that's in there. That'll last me quite a bit of time. It has 25 amp hours on it, 12 volt, 25 amp hours, so it'll do quite a bit of charging and quite a bit of powering for the CB. Now, I wanted to absolutely put a power inverter in here, and the reason being is because if something were to godforsaken happen to one of my cigarette lighter adapters or something for one of the chargers or things like that, I can plug this in. Or if I come across something that does need AC power, I can use this. And I was debating on whether or not to put a 100 watter in there or to put a 400 watter in, and I really didn't want to go out and buy one. I already had the 400. I had plenty of power inverters sitting in the house, so I threw that one in here. And then, of course, my little Baofeng UHF VHF radio with 2 spare antennas. And then that pretty much sums up what's in there. Now, I have the ability to charge this battery while plugging it into my car, no problem. I can plug it in the car. I've got an accessory port in my trunk, or near my trunk, that I can plug this into, and this can always charge, no problem. But this battery holds a charge for fairly long, and I'm not too worried. And because I have spare AA's, I can always use AA's while this is charging. Now onto my charging unit. I have 2 12 volt solar panels, monocrystalline. Pretty stinking good. I went ahead and ran them, and they're, I believe, 5, oh, I can't remember. 6 watts maybe? Yeah, because they're 2 amps, 12 volts. So, to give you an idea, I don't have very big hands, but that's the size of the solar panel. It actually fits right up on top of there with some bungee straps. Bungee strap it to here. But that is pretty much my communication box. Now, I had some thought of Faraday caging it, everything in here, and because I have doubles of pretty much everything, I have all the doubles left in my Faraday cage at home, and my father-in-law and I were talking, and even if we do get hit by a radioactive bomb, we're not going to really be able to communicate too well anyways for a while. So, but this is it. The grand total of this, like I said earlier, was just a little over $100. It was right around $110. This box cost me just about $30. And the most expensive thing is this and the 2 solar panels. Now, the solar panels weren't very affordable, but I wanted something that was small. And they had some foldable ones, which were pretty good. But since I was able to get 2 of these for the price of one of the foldable ones, I have a double redundant charging system, which is not too shabby. So, alrighty, well, I hope you enjoyed this video.